Today's crypto update. This is going to show you a little bit of how important the Clarity Act will end up being as long as Congress would do something about it. But you're going to hear that they want to take their little vacation, like always. These people don't actually work, so don't get that in your head that you think you know that they do work. They sit there and vote for a living. That's all they do and draw a lot of money. But that's not what this video is about. This is to show you where crypto's going and how serious crypto is. I wanted to bring this due to what I heard at work. Somebody called crypto fake money. And that kind of made me go, okay, I think it's time for a new crypto update. So let's go ahead and listen to this. This is some important stuff.
Welcome back. Private aviation has always been an industry built around speed, convenience, and personalization. Now, one company is bringing that same focus to the way customers pay for it. RealJet becoming the first private aviation company to accept crypto for charter flights, allowing customers to pay directly from their Crypto.com wallets. More than 700 million people reportedly hold digital assets right now. And Real positioning private aviation as a test case for the future of crypto payments. Joining me now in this Fox Business exclusive is the founder and chairman of Real. He is also the former Wheels Up founder and CEO, Kenny Dichter, back with me. Kenny, great to see you.
Thanks, Maria. And we couldn't be more excited about Crypto.com Pay. It's an amazing, seamless, frictionless way for somebody to take money from their crypto wallet and get it over to us with the one-day settle. Now, we're not the first private aviation to take any type of crypto. We're the ones that are taking it from Crypto.com Pay, which is really the frictionless way to do it. I think it's been very, very stodgy and very tough to do at this point. And by the way, I need a counterparty like Crypto.com, which, by the way, credentialized by people like Visa. But when Ken Griffin comes in and puts $400 million at $20 billion 2 weeks ago, I knew it was time to call Maria and get the story out.
In Crypto.com?
Yes.
So he's investing in Crypto.com, saying, look, this is a viable industry. You just heard my conversation, though, with Senator Cynthia Lummis.
Yes.
And she said it's unlikely that we're going to see the Clarity Act pass. Does that put a wrench in anything in terms of the digital assets flow?
I don't think it has. I think that, first off, no army can stop an idea whose time has come. Nobody is stopping crypto. I think the big thing, and what I'm super excited about, and I think we're early innings, is that with the $3 trillion worth of crypto that's out there being held by 700 million people, and by the way, U.S. millionaires, several million of them, 68% of them have crypto. It's really about taking an asset class and making it a usable everyday currency. That's the magic, and that's going to blow out, A, the crypto market, but B, for private jet, for Emirates did a deal on the commercial side. If you can use this asset, not just holding it like gold bars and use it at McDonald's, I think you're going to have an amazing positive effect on the economy.
How many customers do you believe, or percentage of your customer base, is using crypto to pay for private jets?
Well, I would say we've got a tremendous amount of inbound demand to find a solution. So I would say that we've had 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, but people with real crypto money, crypto millionaires that have said to us, you have to accept crypto. So after doing a bit of research and talking to our, we've had 40, 50,000 people entrust us with good faith and credit and flying them around. I did my little taxi cab research, and many of them would like to pay with Crypto Direct. I got to say something about this team at Crypto.com.
Yeah.
Chris Marszalek, he is a visionary's visionary. I got to meet him at UFC 250. They were a sponsor. His team, Rafa, and he's got a few others with him, Bobby Bayo and Antoine and their president, Eric. This is a deep team that's been together since 2016. And if you just look at usage here, FanDuel, who's the biggest U.S. legal sports book, just announced in their earnings this morning that Crypto.com is going to handle all the sports.
Okay.
So okay, now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go to the next video now. This one's about a little bit about the Clarity Act. What he said is the stuff that needs to be heard by more people and need to be understanding how crypto is already big, but it's not like this quote-unquote bull runs that happen. This is where it's going to stick, and it's going to have more clarity like it does. If you look at my playlist of my crypto, I have the 16 main cryptos that have officially been deemed as commodities. So please check that out, or even check out my whole history. I have a whole lot of stuff that'll help you get educated on it. So let's go ahead and hear about this, which is very important also. So let's go here.
Well, with the clock ticking down before the Senate disappears for recess, crypto investors are on tenterhooks, waiting to see if clarity is actually going to pass. Now, among those that support this bill is Coinbase. The crypto exchange and wallet provider has poured significant resources into pro-crypto legislative efforts in recent years, especially in the last year. With clarity, let's bring in for a Fox Biz exclusive Coinbase Vice Chair Ryan Van Grack. Ryan, you're probably exhausted from talking so much about the Clarity Act, but look, we're pushing a year now. And even though you've got, Chairman Scott, you've got Senator Lummis that are trying to get this over the finish line, you heard our correspondent on Capitol Hill say this is likely not going to make it on the docket this week.
Yeah, well, never too tired and too exhausted to fight for our customers. I heard what Darren had to say. Take issue with it in the sense that what we are observing is just D.C. in its normal habitat. Last-minute negotiations, last-minute compromises are the norm, not the exception when it comes to meaningful legislation. And you just have to listen to Senator Alsobrooks, a Democrat, who's acknowledging that there are still conversations going on to narrow the issues. There's still enthusiasm to get this across the finish line. And I think it's important and encouraging to realize that when you strip out the politics and focus on the policy, this ends up being an easy call because this would impose federal oversight over this industry for the first time, where none currently exists. And so whether you love crypto, whether you hate crypto, you should want it regulated, and this bill is the best vehicle to do just that.
And we've heard that from CEO Brian Armstrong repeatedly, but then you also hear from Jamie Dimon at JP Morgan Chase, who has had many wars of words with Brian Armstrong, to put it bluntly, in particular over the issue of rewards. And you heard Darren say, that's still an issue here. Now it's the community banks that they're talking about. That's still the issue, is that you don't want to have these rewards. How can you have these companies, these cryptocurrencies, et cetera, these crypto companies not be under the same regulatory purview as the banks? Because, especially when it comes to the rewards. We're still talking about that, Ryan. Does that surprise you?
What she's talking about is your crypto yielding. There are very good interest rates when it comes to holding your crypto and making very good amounts if you hold it long enough. The main banks are trying to withhold it as long as they can when it comes to the Clarity Act, which will have to pass because this is getting ridiculous, and voting's going to have to do something with it. So please keep that in mind. But Jamie Dimon is not a fan of having to pay more interest rates on people's checking accounts and saving accounts, and crypto's blowing that out the water. But please do your own research. This has to be passed around. It has to be known by more people, even if they hate it, like she says. And me listening to somebody say that crypto's fake money, that just puzzled me. I went, man, because you don't understand it. But I hope you all are having a great evening. Please check out my history and my playlist in crypto to learn more about it. I do not give price predictions. All I know is the long run, it's going to be very neat to have. And it's a very neat asset as it is. If you use Crypto.com, you know what I'm talking about. But do your own research, and I have videos at Crypto.com if you're curious.